Here we are again this evening. My name is Michelle. I'm a mom of 12 amazing kids, and I hope that you could stop by and say hello. Come on in, have a seat. First thing I'd like to know is what you'd like to drink tonight. Tonight I have my echinacea teacup. It is an English teacup, but then the saucer doesn't match, and I don't even mind because it is still from England, and it's Lawley. So it's a beautiful set. I love it, even though it doesn't match. It just reminds me of those things that keep us well and healthy. You know, echinacea, as you know, if you're a little bit sick, you can take an echinacea and golden seal combination that you pick up at your local Walmart in a Nature Valley brand or Spring Valley, something like that. Or even if you just drink it as a tea, you could get that in a combination. But it'll help you if you're starting to feel under the weather. It'll help you get well and feel better, and it's worth having. So I think it'd be fabulous if you were able to pick some up to keep you from getting too ill. Let me make sure I've got everything set here. Tonight is late for me. I did some things crazy. Let's see. Hopefully I could find my monitor, and that will be fun. So hopefully you're here and you can make it. It'll be a blast. Okay. Hi, Ron. I'm glad you made it. I was a little worried you weren't going to get in here in time because I didn't know if I was going to have a moderator or not. And I thought, ooh, this late at night, you know, hopefully we'll get some, you know, I probably missed out on all my friends on the East Coast, which I'm really bummed about, but maybe we'll get some here over on the West Coast or somewhere in between for those that are late night. Heather, you're up. Thank you for being here. You probably had to push it to a late night tonight. How's packing going, sweetie? You are on the East Coast, but you're staying up late, I noticed. That's probably because you've been packing and getting ready to move, I'd imagine, or you finally got the kids to bed. So maybe some of my friends who put their kids to bed on the East Coast are finally getting a minute to themselves. And that's when a cup of tea comes in handy, right? Well, boy, this has been a fun day. Oh, you're so sweet. I'm so glad. Hi, Marie, you made it. Did you guys see this echinacea cup? You'll want to watch the replay because this cup of tea, I explain it, and then I give you a couple of tips about it since this is good old echinacea. So you'll want to come back and watch the replay, at least at the beginning. Yes, tonight I spent a lot of time at karaoke. I was a moderator over there. I didn't get to swat any flies, but hey, I was there and I was watching things, and that was quite an honor to be able to keep things clean for them. And I appreciated that. And we had a good time dancing, and my husband, as you know, he went back to work today. He's a firefighter, and he actually went back to work yesterday, and he worked an overtime shift yesterday as well as today. And the thing about that is even though he's gone 48 hours, we were able to spend that time together on karaoke, and that was so fun. I am so glad that you enjoyed this part of the evening. I really look forward to it. I mean, my tea is brewing long in advance. I've already got my cup picked out, and I am just ready to bring it on because I am so excited to meet with my friends. It's a blast. We always have a good time in here. And then if you saw my video earlier, then maybe you weren't too anxious for me because like I said, I needed to get a few outfits for Millie because she is growing like a weed, mostly long and starting to get chubbier, but she hasn't grown out of all of her newborn stuff. But you can tell by the dress outfit that she's wearing that she's definitely getting longer. Her little pants are like floods on her, and her shirt's almost like a crop top, showing her belly. So funny. I can't wait to show you. Hi, Misty, you made it. Everybody, and Heather, you made it too. I've got double Heathers, a Marie and Misty. It's so fun. It was so fun, and you'll watch a minute. That's okay. You're right here for the best part, Fran. I'm getting ready to show you my Millie. You too, Jay Freeland. Okay, so today I took Millie. Well, I went shopping for Millie. She was busy sleeping, and my son was watching her. My 18-year-old was watching her, and he just... Oh, I'm so glad, Marie, you made it. That's fantastic. So I went shopping for Millie today and got her some clothes, and I'm going to show you why I went shopping for her. I only have like 4 outfits for her to wear during the week. And again, she's of course passed out, as sweet and precious as she could be. She was up for almost the whole YouTube time with Cat and Mr. B, but then she couldn't stay up any longer. She tried. But look at this. It's like showing her belly. And look at these. They're like floods on her already. And look, her little owies haven't quite healed. I'm so sad about that. But I was like, oh my gosh, she's about to grow out of this outfit. And she's already wore this like twice this week because I just don't have outfits for the days. And I wear those long gowns for her jammies, but not all day long. And so I picked up these cute outfits. If you didn't get to see the video, I'll just show you real quick because they're super cute. But just this little jacket went with it, and it had this had these cute little bunny pants with this little undershirt with the polka dots, which I love, and the little bow, which is super sweet. That's one of them. And then I got these little jean outfits to put with her onesies. I've already washed them, and I'm just going to put them away after the other load is done. And then there was this one with the little melon bloomers. And then this. Let's see. And then I have this cute little one with the bottoms, and it comes with this darling little top that I just love. It feels even better now that it's been washed, so I'm glad I washed these. And then this sweet little number. I love this little zigzag pattern, and then it's a long one. So I'm really ecstatic about these outfits. That's why I washed them so fast. And I saw a question there. Yeah, I always wanted 13. Could I picture my... you know, I would be open to more babies, but they would probably be... I would have to adopt them because I don't think physically my body can handle anymore, just because I have such a hard time recovering for a while. But you never know. If I can get into really good shape, maybe I will. Yes, Millie is getting so big, and I nurse. Well, I nurse her, but I mostly am pumping a lot for her, 3 and 4 ounces at a time, and it's preferably because it just, so she gets about 12 ounce, almost 12 ounces, mostly 8 to 12 ounces for me, and then another 4 to 8 ounces from formula. So she's getting a lot of good stuff. And then I drink this mother's milk tea, as well as some red raspberry and who knows what else I have in here today. Can't remember. I put several bags because I wanted it nice and dark. So there we are. It's delicious, and it's a perfect way to wind down the end of the day for me. I'm so excited. We do have Children's Place, and I've actually never been in the store. I do know we have it, and I do know they have cute stuff. I have no idea how much they charge for stuff, so I'm a little hesitant to go in there until I find out. What are you drinking? Are you drinking black tea or coffee? I'm drinking herbal tea. No caffeine for me. I'm nursing a baby, so I've got my good old echinacea cup holding mother's milk, red raspberry, and probably a probiotic peppermint. So they're reasonably priced. Right on, then I'll have to go check them out. I think that'd be really fun. Moroccan mint tea, Heather, that's awesome. Yeah, let me know what you're drinking. That was the first thing I asked, but I don't think you caught me at the beginning. Oh, good. I'm so glad you got to see that, Chrissy. It was really fun. And I was hurrying. I just felt anxious. You know, I really am not a big shopper. I don't really enjoy shopping, but I do prefer shopping for my children over myself. It's difficult for me to buy clothes for myself. So when I go in, I need to have a lump sum of money because I'm going to knock it out. I'm going to look ahead, buy ahead, and I don't want to shop anymore. I don't know why it gives me anxiety. I don't know if I get stressed because of my body. I don't know if I just really don't, but I know myself well enough to grab a couple pairs of jeans, some easy shirts. Usually I like a cotton poly blend, because here in the desert, if you start sweating, it's nice to have that polyester blend because it dries really fast. You don't have to worry about sweat stains in your armpits because that's kind of gross. And I do prefer t-shirts or these plaid shirts. You know, they're not flannel. I always call them flannel because they remind me of flannel, but it's not a flannel fabric. You have a 5-month-old and a 2-year-old, Emma, and you want more, but you're worried about being overwhelmed. Yeah, take them one at a time. And the first 2 or 3 are overwhelming. And every time you have a baby, keep this in mind. Every time you have a baby, Emma, it's like learning to juggle all over again. Because, you know, a juggler practices throwing 1 ball up and then 2 balls up, and it takes a minute till they get really good at that rhythm and catching both those balls. But then you throw a 3rd ball in there, and it's going to take a minute to learn how to juggle all 3 of those balls. But before long, you could throw a 4th one in there, and it just takes practice. You get that 4th one going. Before long, you could add a 5th one in there, and who knows how many. But just remember to give yourself time to learn about that baby, and then learn that baby's schedule so that you can learn how to make time for you and the sweet baby, as well as the children you already have. Be kind to yourself, be patient with yourself, and just take them one at a time, unless you have twins and you got to learn to juggle with 2 more. I know that from experience. But really, honestly, you just got to cut yourself slack until you figure out that pattern and that time frame that it takes to do a new baby. She is. Lily's brilliant. Let's see. I know I missed a couple good comments, dang it. Yeah, is Lily even on here tonight? Fran got to see the baby. She's getting so big, and I'm so excited. I read those. Moroccan mint tea. That sounds yummy. I think I already said that. Good night, Fran. It was good to see you. Sorry I didn't get to say goodbye earlier, and I'm glad you like her clothes. And Bengal tea. Is that what you're drinking tonight, Sunshine Baby? I'm so glad you made it. Yes, I would love to give you tips on staying patient with little ones and doing it all on your own. You're a pretty patient person, but with lack of sleep, you're having a hard time. Yeah. Well, make sure that if you have little ones, you sleep when they sleep. Still, every minute you get. Don't think, oh, the baby's sleeping, I'm going to hurry and get this done. No way. You sleep when they're sleeping, period. And if you're not tired, just lay down, maybe read a story, and you will be asleep in no time. And then I'll give you some more tips in just a second. Yeah, and I could see, and that's why. It's because you're new at it. Don't worry. Oh, good. You have 10 kids, Megan? Isn't that how it is? You just take them one at a time, because it's just tricky at first, and everybody seems overwhelmed when you take on something new. Just like if you start a new job or a new hobby, it's frustrating at first and it's a little tricky, so you got to give yourself some time. No, my name isn't Lily. And he figured 1010 was a troll. I was hoping we would just wait on him, because I don't think he was asking anything inappropriate or doing inappropriate, but that's okay. But if you got that troll, then go for it. Yeah, my secret to having twins, Megan, is fat, fertile, and 40. That was the only thing I was doing right, was being fat. And I was very fertile, and I was 40, in my 40s, so like 42 when I had the twins. So, yeah, I know. And I'm 47 now. Oh, I didn't see the bad comment. Good job, babe. Thank you. But what I would say for little kids is that little kids need a lot of attention, and they need a lot of activities. You have to think ahead and plan ahead. When they're awake, get on Pinterest. Look up activities for toddlers or however old your children are, because there are so many fun things, you know, from bubbles in the sink, and they could do a car wash, or I heard that one from the farmhouse fool. She was so cute. but I've done that with my kids. You know, when I give them a bath, I give them a bath right in the sink while I'm doing dishes, so I can keep an eye on them, you know, and anything that you can do where you could be right with them. But like I was talking to my daughter yesterday, I'm going to post this on the last few videos that I've done, because one thing that's really important for kids that start to walk and older till they're about 13 is get whatever museum passes you have in your area. We have like a Springs Preserve that has outdoor, indoor activities and nature stuff for kids. We have a Las Vegas History Museum that has a lot of animals and different things to do. We have like swimming pools, YMCA. We have Sequest, where I can take the kids. We have the Lead Discovery Museum. So buy a different pass every month or every couple months. That way you can rotate those. If you have 4 or 5 of them, you could just do one of those activities every day of the week. If that's too much for you, even just doing a different one every week so they have something to look forward to. They can earn points to do that. And kids work really well with those kind of things. And make sure it's somewhere that you can let them run a little bit. Don't freak out chasing them. Just make sure they're within your eye's view. But I did a video on Sequest about a year or 2 ago, and how to do Sequest with your kids so that they could have a good time and that you could enjoy yourself too. And a lot of it's just they have a lot of places to sit, so I'll sit down and I'll watch the kids play, and as long as they're on this side of me or this side of me, and then they tell me they're ready to move on, or I can clearly see they're ready to move on, then I get up and walk to the next seated area, or I'll sit there and do the bubble thing with them, because they have like these dams they could build. They have just all these great activities. So I like to do things where they can be entertained. Like we have water parks here. In the summer, they'll turn on the water, and you take your kids to the water park. You sit down on the bench right by the water, watch your kids play. They leave their clothes by you, all their stuff. They know where you are, but they want to run right there in that water area. So you just make sure your eyes are always on them, that they're not too far from you, and that they're aware of where you're at. And that has been a really great way for me to raise my kids. And the more I do with them, the better. And any kind of figure activities, any kind of like Tinker Toys or Lincoln Logs, building things, they love that. Chubby Legos for the younger ones, and regular Legos for the little bit older kids. Things like silly putty. Kids love silly putty. You give them a newspaper and let them press that silly putty on there. They love that. I saw one where they had a high chair and they took painter's tape, that blue tape, and cut up straws and taped the straws down on the high chair and pulled them out. And it was hilarious because it takes them so long to pick those up. That's for the little bit littler babies, but it's a busy activity and it's fabulous. So I hope that those are helpful. You know, Play-Doh, and then doing the little, let them do the cutouts and the rolling pins and all those different things, whether you buy those or you do some makeshift ones with wood, all of those things. Hey, I'm just glad you made it. That's awesome, Christy. So yeah, don't be worried. What you should also do is pray. Pray that God will bless you with tolerance for your children, because you don't need to be a patient mother. Be a tolerant mother. God will bless you with patience, because remember, patience is a gift. You can pray. You can't pray for gifts necessarily. Well, you can pray for them, but it's easier to be tolerant right now and realize they are little and they grow so fast. Plan their next birthday party. That'll help you get excited. For me, let's see, you asked a question about fertility. Would I want more babies? I answered that one already, but you maybe didn't hear the answer, Sandy. I would take more babies if my body can handle it. We were a little worried both times just because I've been having bleeding issues with these last few babies. And so just making sure that I'm here to raise my kids is extremely important to me. I didn't have a bunch of babies so that some other chick could raise my kids and mess them up. You know, I don't want that. But, and I've never had infertility problems. Actually, that's not true. After I had the twins, I had infertility problems because we always wanted 13 kids. And after 11 and 12 were born, I didn't have babies for 6 or 7 years. And then I wanted to get on keto, but I first needed to get off of sugar because I have a serious sugar addiction. So I went off sugar for 30 days. And then bada bing, bada boom, after I got off sugar and white flour, that 30 days, I was pregnant. And I was doing keto for a little bit, and then I just started doing OMAD and 2MAD. That's 1 meal a day and 2 meals a day. And that really made a difference for me to be able to get pregnant. So yeah, yeah, put your shoes on. I make my kids keep their Legos in their bedroom because I can't stand stepping on them. Hi, Gretchen. You have a hangover from our night out? We were hanging out with Kat and Mr. B, and they did that karaoke, and we were singing along and having a good time. My husband's at the fire station, so it was kind of fun sharing the night with him. It was just awesome being able to do that. So yeah. That tea is yummy. I think I want to add like a vanilla cream or something to it. I remember I used to do that drinking teas before, and that combination tastes like it needs a little bit of caramel or something. I don't know. Yeah. Vanilla cream equals. I don't know if that was appropriate. That was not good. I don't know if Johnny Mark was being appropriate or silly. I have never seen his comment before. Sorry, I retracted that. But it didn't sound appropriate to me, although vanilla cream sounds fabulous. But the way that it was said with that, I don't know if you guys caught that, but I deleted him before I let that go any crazier. We'll see by the next comment how inappropriate that person is. But yeah, and I was able to get my routines today. I skipped my zones. What a bad thing. I really wanted to do it, but I think I'll be able to do them tomorrow. I think I could get the whole kids' bathroom done in like 30 minutes. So I think I'll go ahead and jump on that. So it's not like catching up. I do work. I didn't plan on not doing it, but there was no way that I could get the things done I wanted to in the kids' bathroom. The other rooms are pretty well in order, so it's no big deal. Oh, there was a second one. Good job, babe. Yeah, that changed my life. A friend told me that. Long time ago, a friend told me that. Dear friend told me that patience was a gift, pray for tolerance, and I did, and it changed my life as a mother. And I was able to just let things go, and I was able to just appreciate them. Oh, I'll show you this real quick, because it's not a, I have a friend that, because I had a friend that made this for me, I would love to share it with you. Let me turn on the light in here. This is our master bathroom. But it says, you will never have to stay with your children again. Tomorrow they'll be a little older than they were today. This day is a gift. Just breathe. Notice, study their faces and their little feet. Pay attention. Relish in the charms of the present. Enjoy today. It will be over before you know it. With God, all things are possible. And I just find that to be so inspiring to me as a mother. And I love that I have it in my restroom that I use on a regular basis. And then I am able to read that and remind myself every day, several times a day, at how time flies by. And it's easy for me with my adult children to see how fast they've grown. And I still remember my daughter so little. You know, you could see up here on my bookcase at the very top, there's those little shoes. I've decided to display those shoes because they're really hard for me to let go. I asked my daughter if she wanted them, and she said, no. They didn't mean anything to her, but they meant everything to me. You can't see it now, but they have little diamonds on them. They're so cute. They're worn. They're ragged. But to me, they remind me of the young mother I was. And I'm going to get all choked up because my baby took her first steps. My first baby took her first steps in those shoes. And I remember picking those shoes out at the store. And I remember how excited I was to put them on her. And those are things that just connect me to that place in the past. And maybe a picture could do that just as well, because sometimes they say that. But for me, I can't let it go right now. Maybe in a year or two I'll be able to let it go, but right now I can't. So I keep them because they mean everything to me. That was all I ever wanted to do as a little girl, was to be a mommy and be a good mommy and to love my children. And I've been able to do that. And even though I wasn't always perfect at it, I've done a dang good job, and my kids love me. My kids come see me. You know, people knock because of the crap that went on at that show we were on. But you know what? My kids love me. Like I said, that one kid who knocked that he couldn't read till he was 12. Well, he was a fantastic reader at 12, and he writes books now, and he reads series of books, and he's extremely talented. He's amazing. The same with my daughter, who's 19. You know, she couldn't read till she was 8, but she became an avid reader, and she just devoured books. Still to this day, she devours books. And those kids love me. They want to be with me. They want to see me. We talk. We enjoy each other's company. We do things together. And to me, that's what all of this was for. And I just absolutely have loved the privilege I've had being able to stay home with my children. And I just owe that to my husband. I'm so thankful to him for being man enough to just take the role of a husband and a father and a provider so seriously, and wanting me to take the role of a mother, a homemaker, and a wife, and just letting me be those things so that I can nurture and develop and grow as that kind of a person, and nurture those talents and gifts that were, you know, God-given and God-ordained. So I just really have so much gratitude for him, so much admiration for him, you know. And when things were financially hard, I told him, you know, do I need to go to work? And that just woke him up in some way, and he was just like, no, I'll get another job. And, you know, wow, that's a real man for you, right? Let's not have the wife go to work. I mean, no shame even if you are working, but just realize it just really is a blessing to me that my husband was willing to bear up that burden even more so that I could stay home. And I just have loved that. Yes, women were definitely meant to be the nurturer. My husband's very nurturing, but it's not the same as what I do. Yes, for sure, CK. It's definitely a pillar of strength. You can see why I put it there. It's in such a good place for me. Yeah, so that's how I feel about it. Yes, I'm married to a real man. He isn't, you know, he'll tell you that he had a lot of growing pains too. I wasn't always the best housekeeper. I'm still not always the best at getting rid of clutter. You know, I didn't always have the best temper. I had to learn how to get it under control. I had to learn to not talk or be abusive, because that's a learned behavior, and I had to unlearn it and realize it was possible. He had to learn to be able to answer to a wife and bring the paycheck home. He had to learn to hold a job down and not quit just because you aren't happy with the situation. He learned how to pay bills regularly. He learned how to talk to bill collectors on the phone. He's learned how to spend time with his kids, quality time with his children, actually doing things with them, interacting with them, playing with them. I'll have to post that picture my daughter sent to me, you know, of him playing Lincoln Logs on the floor with the grandkids and my little kids. It's just so healing for us to be good parents. And you know, we've been talking about it because a lot of people give us a hard time about me being 47 and him being 50 this year and having a brand new baby. And it's like, yeah, but how many grandparents are stuck raising their grandkids? How many grandparents have to babysit regularly, or their kid ended up on drugs and now they're raising the grandkids? Like, how often does that happen? And lucky them, because they're better parents now than they were when they were in their 20s. And I know I'm a better parent now. Millie couldn't have a better mom right now, at least not in my house. So I'm really glad that I get to be her mom. Yeah, you have to Maria, that's a beautiful comment. She was a stay-at-home mom and she had to sacrifice things, but we're both so happy I was with them all day. Exactly. It's like how I did that video on my wardrobe. It was how to do your spring 2019 wardrobe on a budget And yeah, even though I spent a little money, it still is a lot of carryover from years past, because I don't want to spend a lot of money on my wardrobe right now. I had to spend the money on Millie and her clothes. That's way more fun buying the baby's clothes. And my little daily needs a couple pairs of pants, and my husband's willing to do the work so that we can take care of those clothing needs. And I don't really want anything else right now. I want to be able to lose the chub around my belly. You know, that skin stretches out, and eating ice cream every night, I'm starting to feel the effects of that, and I've got to stop that. And the sugar, I've got to go back on my 30 days no sugar. I just want to eat a bag of Oreos first, and then I'll do it. Got to get that out of my system, because it's hard when you want to, oh, I'm so glad that you're here. Rutina, I hope that your name is Tina, and maybe it's a little different. If you have an actual name, I'll read your actual name, but if not, I'll call you Rutina, and I'm really glad that you're here with us. That's what we're here for. We have our cup of tea. You know, what are you drinking? Pull up a seat. If you've got coffee going, maybe a brewski, maybe a cooler, or an iced coffee, or something yummy in your cup, maybe even lemon water, whatever you need, a refreshing beverage. We never, you know, drink enough water. We got to learn to take care of ourselves, but we come in here and we support each other, encourage each other, and then just have a good time with each other, just chatting away. Your hubby's making chai, that's awesome. Ruthie, awesome. Love that. My cup of tea is almost gone. I generally end when my tea is gone, and I'm so sad. Heather said she's grateful she's never had to make the choice between work and her kids, because having to go to work didn't feel good. Exactly. I did that for a little while. I worked at the beginning of our marriage, or a couple times, for I tried having side jobs. This is the only side thing I could justify, you know. It's like I said, if you see the little dollar sign in the chat box, just, you know, throw $1 down if you feel like it, and then we'll call that good, because it's just like passing a basket around at another good meeting, right? But I've had times where I worked in a flower shop, I did weddings, I was a wedding planner and a wedding designer, and did the flowers for the weddings. I've done where I worked at, I did babysitting, I tried doing a child care at my house, I tried doing a travel agency, I did a phone company, I just tried these things, and I'm like, what am I doing? I kept trying to work from home or just do something that didn't take a lot of time away, and I needed to just focus all of my time on my kids. So, I mean, that was over a 29-year period. I've tried a few things here and there. Never lasted long, but this is the only thing I've actually done, because it meets so many needs for me. I love being here for you. I love that you're here for me. You know, you keep me good drinking my tea every day, and remembering to, and that makes me more mindful about taking care of me in other ways, you know, putting myself together, being more presentable, making sure I have spent the time with my kids during the day so that I can justify coming and meeting with you in the night, and just taking care of things to the best of my ability. Some type of way. That was just crazy. I'm so glad. It's like, you know, they have that saying, is it odd or is it God? You know, does God bring you here, and do you find that place you need to be? We definitely here to listen and to be supportive and helpful for each other, because we know this isn't easy. It's not easy to get away. It's not easy to find a group of people that are like-minded, that are encouraging, that are uplifting, and that's what we're here for. Try to meet that need for mommies, you know. That way you don't have to leave home. Your kids are in bed, you know, you've done your job, and now you can just be comfortable. It's hard, Emma says, it's hard to not get resentful because your husband is never home and is away working. I'm alone with the kids, but that's a really great way to look at it. Right. You know, that used to be hard for me too, but I had to think of it that way. Because he doesn't get to go to work, right? He's doing that because he feels that weight on his shoulders. And instead, if you can just find a way to enjoy, remember, this time is short with your kids being little. They will grow up. You will have more free time, but you have to be in a mentality where you get to be home and you get to enjoy your babies. You know, if you want to do something for yourself, read a book, watch a movie when the kids aren't around, you know, whatever it takes. But like being here in this chat, it will help you open your eyes so you can appreciate it. That's one thing that's not as fun about being young. You know, when you're older, like my age, 47, you just appreciate it so much more. I had to really bite the bullet to appreciate it in my 20s. I really started figuring it out in my 30s, but boy, I'm good in my 40s. I love my man. He said it's easier to work than raise kids. When Michelle was down with the twins and had health issues, that was me, I had to be a mom for a while, and I have a whole new respect for mothers after that. Yeah, and boy, has he been a dream with this last baby. He got a chance to redeem himself even more so than ever before. He just gave me foot rubs and back rubs and help with the baby. He just been such a good man, cooking every night. That's been hard. You know what I did for the last couple of days for dinner since he's not been here is we did sandwiches. Because it just was easier right now until I can get my meal plan together and go grocery shopping and yada, yada, yada. I don't know if I'm ready to go back to all that. But he helps with that. I'm sure he'll be more than willing to continue to help with that. Do you have any other questions or comments that you would like to throw down? Nowadays, social media women are mom shaming each other. Oh, wouldn't things be better if we lifted each other up? Exactly. That was what I was noticing, is that all I saw was perfect women on YouTube doing things perfectly. And I was just like, yeah, they liked it because they had chips, Gretchen, because I did chips in a sandwich. And they could grill their sandwich if they wanted to have a grilled ham and cheese rather than just a dry ham and cheese. But yeah, that's what I was looking for, was that there was just so many women recording videos and you just listened to me. And I was like, yeah, but I need interaction. I want to talk to someone, and I don't want to leave my house to do that. So can we do that here? And that's what this has become for me and for you. And I'm glad you look forward to it and that you keep coming back. So please do that. If you haven't given this a thumbs up yet, please do, and that way people can see what a good time we have in here. If you haven't subscribed, be sure to subscribe. You don't want to miss it. We do a live chat every night, but Monday nights. So come on in for a cup of tea with me and bring something to drink as well. Ah, so yummy. Yeah, the kids definitely loved it. Yeah, mom shaming doesn't make sense to me because being a mom is hard work, and you never know where someone's come from or what it is that is the driving force behind them. But you know, there's just a different niche for everyone. You need different kind of moms for different kinds of people, different kinds of conversations. And I just needed something beyond the surface level. I needed something to go a little deeper. So here we are, covering things that are a little deeper than that surface level. And I really appreciate that you're going there with me. Yeah. So is there any last questions? We're coming up on our 40-minute mark. We tend to wrap things up at about 40 minutes, 45 minutes. So if there's anything else that... oh, I hate saying goodbye too. I would do it longer, but I just don't know if it makes sense to do it longer, because then maybe we'll burn out and we won't want to come back. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that last question. But yeah, Ruthie, do you have anything else you'd like to say or get off your chest? Because I think all of us are excited to see you here. We have about 35 people that generally come on here, but we have over a couple hundred that watch the replays on these. I had a sweetheart message on comments on one of the video replays that she watches us in the morning when she's getting ready and drinks her coffee with us. And I just thought that is so beautiful. Whatever time of day it works for you, it's just nice because our conversations are relevant for at least 24 hours, right? Sometimes even longer. It just depends on what the topic is. I told my kids they can look at these and when I'm dead and gone and I've passed on, they can watch these videos and feel like they were chatting with mom, because, you know, that time will come and they'll miss the mommy and they'll want to wish they could have been a part of this, and they'll feel like they could be. Although they won't be able to interact the same, it'll still be a beautiful way. And that's what I hope that this legacy will do. I'll start doing story times here pretty soon. I've got some things I was thinking about triggered by some of the conversations we've had the last few days. And I've decided to do a series on stories and maybe even sing a little bit for you. I'm not a great singer, but I sing from the heart, and that kind of is fun. But I'll just do a few things that make it more fun for you, interesting. Fun. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything else. Oh goodness, I'm way... Do I even know? Am I... Oh my gosh. I just realized I was on Top Chat. So Ruthie's a mom of 5 with 2 stepkids and now raising your niece of 2 years old. Oh my gosh. Yeah, honey. Your plate was full and you had to get it. You're having to get a bigger plate. Because that's what you do. At some point, your plate is so full and now it's overflowing. You just need to get a bigger plate, and that's what we're here for. We're going to help you build that plate bigger. Totally hear you. Millie Rose is doing great, Elena. If you didn't get to see her, watch the replay. She's in just a few minutes at the beginning. Ooh, and she's crying. Let me see if she's awake right now. People should not be saying things to you about your choices. That's ridiculous. I'm gonna go check on Miss Millie. Do you wanna go with me to check on her? I just heard her fuss for a second, so I need to check on her. She's acting like she's hungry. My little piglet. Miss Millie, are you waking up? Miss Millie. You can almost see her smiling. She gets excited when she hears my voice. Miss Millie, are you waking up? She's like, don't talk to me, just feed me. Thank you. If you don't, since you haven't, you just tapped onto this, Ruthie. Aw. Yeah, look, her shirt is a crop top now and her pants are becoming floods. That's why I did that shopping video. You'll have to go back and watch that. You're so sweet. Yay, you always watch with your coffee. That's awesome. But yeah, so Ruthie, I was going to tell you that if you don't know, my baby, we had our 13th baby. She's 20 days old, 20 days old. I think tomorrow's... Yeah, so today she's 3 weeks old, and she was kind of a surprise. I had her in my, you know, I thought I was done having kids. I thought I was infertile. I couldn't have babies anymore, but after no sugar, no white flour for 30 days, I was wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, pregnant, and I was so excited, and I couldn't believe it. I didn't know I could get pregnant, and then we were given the news that Miss Millie was 99% chance Down syndrome, and when she was born, I knew that she was either going to be perfect or downright perfect, and she came out downright perfect. So we're learning a lot about Down syndrome, and this is a Down Syndrome Awareness Countdown. On the 21st of this month is Down Syndrome Awareness Day, and then in October is Down Syndrome Awareness Month. So you're a newly single dad. Bless you. Being a dad is hard work, and being single is even harder because you got to try to play both roles. You know, if you could get yourself into a routine, have a morning routine that includes getting yourself ready, getting your kids ready, and then, you know, having breakfast. Hopefully they can make their beds and put their clothes away. And then have you an afternoon routine that includes lunchtime and some fun activities with your kids, and then an evening routine that includes feeding the kids dinner, and then having a cleanup after dinner, as well as a bedtime routine where the kids get ready for bed, brush their teeth, get their jammies on, wash their hands and face before bed, if not a bath too. And then you read them a little book or two, and then tuck them in and give them kisses on their cheeks and say good night. Because those routines are going to change everything for you and make you the dad of the year, let alone all the other stuff you get to do. But those routines will really help you keep some sanity in your life. So do that, and you will push through, and write yourself little notes. Just write down what I just said and write little notes so you can remember those little things that you need to do. Let's see. Oh, you found me 2 weeks ago, and you're waiting. You're thinking about one last one. Oh, I hope you do. Oh, I hope you do. And I hope the Lord lets you have one more. What a gift. Every child is a gift, no matter how they come or when they come. Oh, that was you, right, Emma? You said you watch it in the morning, and I was saying maybe you'll get to watch it on the weekend at night. So here you are, catching the live. That's so awesome. I'm so excited. So yeah, I'm going to see if I missed anything because I was on Top Chat. Ugh. And now we've been on 40. See what I mean? We were going to wrap it up at 35 minutes. Miss Millie wants me, and I'm going to need to tend to her and pump. And I'm sure you guys don't want to be here for that. So I'm going to let you go. It was so great to talk to you guys. Thank you so much for being here and being my friends, for making this a part of your evening. I look forward to this every night. I'm glad you do too. Please come back, and we'll look for you tomorrow night again as usual. But normally around 6:30 or 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. But tonight we were later because of Fly Lady Cat and Mr. B doing their karaoke night. And yes, Heather, we could do that. Take care. Love you guys. See you later. Bye-bye. Yes, big kiss for Miss